Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 4th of May 2021. And what we told yesterday was that we can expect a flattish to a mild gap up sort of an opening. That's what we saw. And then I told you that it is hard for the gap up to sustain, and that's what we observed. And subsequently, I also told you that the activity of the FIIs in the derivatives and in the cash market was both looking negative. And that's what we saw today, right? Because you see that the market gave up from the top, and I clearly told you that every rise is a selling opportunity for me. If I talk about what I told in Telegram today, so I told you roughly around 1 p.m. that there is a possibility of a sharp down move. And I told you that it will aggravate if at all Bank Nifty sustains below 32,800 and Nifty sustains below 14,640. So right from where I posted this particular message, you will see some good fall in both the indices. And you will see that this was really possible. And again, this possibility or this sell signal was basically generated by the model which I was talking about. And yeah, it's a pretty decent model because it takes into consideration what's happening in the world and what's happening in the global markets, and then it outputs a prediction based on that. And it is not possible that Nifty always follows the global indices, but there is a high correlation with what's happening in the global indices and what's happening in our markets. And that you can also see in my correlation video, where I clearly show that Nifty has a very high correlation with the US indices and in European indices, particularly DAX. And all of those were not looking very good, and that's why the sell was generated. That's one thing. There is another reasoning to it which I will show you soon, but for now let's try to analyze the activity in the derivatives and in the cash market. So let's begin. Another thing that we need to understand is that the market might not always support data points, although it does, you can say 8 out of 10 times. But there are circumstances when the market is just not following any sort of technicals or data analysis. But that's fine. Instead of fighting with the market, you can just give your stop loss and just accept that you have been proved wrong by the market. That's completely okay. But 8 out of 10 times, this thing works, and you should trust data and basically what data is trying to tell you. So let's have a look at the derivatives data, and the data is just about to get fetched. Before that, let's discuss the activity in the cash market. So in the cash market, again, you see a heavy selling by the FIIs today. That is roughly about 1772 crores, and that's some heavy selling. And contrary to that, the DIIs are not able to buy that much. So again, you see a 3-digit number here. And I told you that if today at all I see 4-digit selling by the FIIs, then it's a caution for me, because this might tell me that now the FIIs are in selling mode, and now we need to be very much careful while initiating any longs. Talking about today's closing, so the closing for today has again not been very encouraging, and the adjusted closing is below 14,500, which is not a very good sign, to be honest, and it's not a really healthy closing for us. Even Bank Nifty has closed below 32,350, which was a very important support, and now it's going to be really getting more bad going ahead. So let's have a look at the option chain. The data is still loading. And option chain, yesterday I told you that there was some heavy writing in the money, which was 14,500. And that's where I told you that there was something fishy. And that's what I mentioned in the morning as well. Because if at all people are writing calls in the money, that means that people, or basically institutions or FIIs, are really confident that the market will come down. Otherwise, writing in the money is rarely seen, but whenever it happens, we need to be cautious. So here you can see that the highest OI is now still at 14,000, and here you will see that it is on 15,000. So on a broader level, the weekly range happens to be 14,000 to 15,000, but again that's like too broad. If you want to take it, you can take it as 14,000 to 14,800, because 14,800 is also a very strong resistance for Nifty from here on. But yeah, you will see that there has been some addition, but the addition at 14,500 put side has only been 4%, whereas on the call side, the OI has increased by roughly about 100%. So that's something which is worth noticing. And again, here also you will see that at 14,450, you will see that this is again in the money, but again 32% OI has increased on the call side and 13% on the put side. And you will also see some sort of unwinding, some sort of put unwinding from these lower strikes, which is 14,200, 14,100 and 14 basically subsequently till 14,000. So this is not a very good sign. But yeah, people are still confident about 14,000, and you will see that basically 30% OI has increased on the 14,000 put side. Talking about max pain and the put call ratio, so you will see that the put call ratio has again further reduced to zero point 0.6, and this has become kind of very much oversold. So a bounce is expected from here on, at least a small bounce. But as I mentioned, that every bounce is a selling opportunity, so that will be sold off again. And there is a lot of shorts which have been made and a lot of call writing has been done. But if at all these shorts are covered, you might see a good rally in the coming days, and probably it could be the weekly expiry which is on 6th of May. So be careful about that. The max pain is still intact at 14,600, which is kind of bullish, but this data is again subject to change, and this can change any day. The data has been loaded. So before that, let's just complete the option chain analysis for Bank Nifty as well. And Bank Nifty, you will see that again there has been some unwinding, roughly about 7% at on the put side at 32,000, and even on the call side there has been some unwinding. So it is not very clear from this, but you will see that now the highest OI on the 6th May expiry option chain is at 31,000, and it's not a very significant OI to be honest. And you will see that on 32,500 the call OI has basically reduced by 2%, but there has been some good unwinding on the put side of roughly about 24%. So here also the highest OI seems intact at 33,000. So the broader range could be from 31,000 to 33,000 for the week, but again that's like too broad. If you ask me, I would say that the range is from 31,000 to 32,500. But how do things turn up? We'll have to see, because there is not much activity happening. It's not even 1 million contracts on any particular strike. So it might not be a good data to trust upon. And you will see that the PCR on Bank Nifty is at 0.71, which is again kind of oversold. And the max pain is at 32,500. Let's have a look at the derivatives data now. So in this particular data, you will see that the net long that has come today is at 52%, which has slightly reduced by 1% compared to yesterday. And one of the things which you will see is that one of the facts which I can tell you is that in this particular year, which is 2021, the lowest that the FIIs have gone in the index futures is at 49%, and we are very close to that. So that will be kind of a make or break level. Although I do expect some bounce back from here on, because there's 52, but we never know if at all any panic selling is aggravated due to any bad news, that could be lockdown or that could be anything else. Now you will see that if at all we go below 49, then there are complete chances that we will touch 40 as well. But again, that's what I'm telling you, that in 2021 the lowest that the FIIs have gone in the index futures is at 49%. That's one thing. Talking about the put short increase, so basically the put shorts have been decreased by 1% today by the FIIs in the index, and the call shorts have been increased by 5%. So overall, this is a bearish activity in the option writing. Talking about the option buying or longs in options, so the call longs have increased by 7.5%, and the put longs have merely increased by 1.6%. So the activity in the options overall is looking very much neutral. On the index is again very much neutral to slight bearish, because this is only a decrease of just about a single percent. But again, it would be important to see whether at all we bounce back from this level, or if at all we continue the panic selling, because the selling in the cash market is continued by the FIIs, and that is something which might push us further down. But yeah, although I do expect some bounce back, but again subject to the conditions that there should not be any panic selling or any news, because if at all there is a panic selling, these figures will not matter. Everything that the FIIs will do is just sell, and that will not be a very good sign for us as retailers. But again, it's very much cautious if you are holding any overnight position, in particularly any naked overnight position, because that can be really hazardous for your financial health. Let's talk about the COVID cases before I wrap up. So today we have observed roughly about 223 cases till about 8:30 p.m. But again, this number might increase, and we'll see how does that turn up. But again, the situation is still not good, and it's not very encouraging for us. Let's talk about the global cues. So globally, you will see some heavy sell-off. As I told you that the US indices and the Europe indices were both not able to sustain at the top, and that's what you saw, right? You saw some intense profit booking in the Dow Jones, in the S&P, and in the Nasdaq. And DAX today has broken up 15,000, and that was a very important level. This kind of panic selling is what you can see. you can see that the futures S&P 500 VIX is up by more than 10%, and the spot S&P 500 6 is up by more than 18%, and that's not a very healthy sign for us. All in all, things are pretty much negative, and now if the things are globally negative as well, we should not be really optimistic or go long in the index. So let's see how do things turn up. There is a possibility that FII might further reduce their net long, but they haven't done so till 2021. So it's a kind of a confusing zone, although the closing today hasn't been pretty good. But as I mentioned that I would wait for a closing below 14,250 or either above 15,000 to go positionally long or short accordingly. Because those are basically the levels which will decide either Nifty gives a breakout or a breakdown. So we'll have to wait and watch. But the index is in kind of a confusion zone. Just wait for the FII's net long position in future indices for tomorrow, and then we can probably infer what the FIIs are trying to do. But it is still a confused sort of a state for me. So I would avoid trading for a day or two. And yeah, before we wrap up, so let's talk about the support and resistances for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So Nifty, the immediate support from here on is at 14,380, followed by 14,300, followed by 14,250. The resistances happen to be at 14,600, followed by 14,650, followed by 14,740. Talking about Bank Nifty, the immediate support is at 32,000, followed by 31,800, followed by 31,500, and the resistances happen to be at 32,550, 33,000 and 33,150. So you can take a note and plan your trades accordingly. The thing that I want to tell you about the trade, or basically about what I mentioned on Telegram. So most of you were asking how did I reach the conclusion. So as mentioned, the predictions were made by a mathematical model which I talked about. And why below 14,640 is that because Nifty had consolidated for too long in this particular range. And if at all the model is telling you that the Nifty has generated a sell, and basically if at all it breaks this particular range, and the low of this range was basically 14,640, and that's why I told you that we can expect some good selling below 14,640. So I hope you understood the point. Let's have a look at SGX Nifty. So again, here we observe some panic selling in the markets. So we can expect a gap down if at all this doesn't recover in the night. But we'll have to see how do things turn up. But as of now, it is showing a really good gap down opening for tomorrow. So let's see how do things turn up, and I will keep you guys posted through Telegram whenever I can. And one last request is that if this analysis is helping you, and you will see that whatever we are discussing yesterday, that's what is happening in the market on the next day. All the credit goes to the data analysis and the chart reading. And yeah, if this is helping you, then you can consider pressing the like button. And if you're new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day. Take care and bye-bye.